My name is Nick Santanastasso, and we are here in China to empower people and show them what they're truly capable of, regardless of what situation life has dealt them with. I'm a keynote speaker. I'm also a bodybuilder and a model.
Majority of you, when I say the word failure or defeat, you will immediately correlate it with negative.
I chose to become a keynote speaker because I saw how much of an impact I have on other people, and so I'm grateful to be in the position to be able to impact other people, and so I want to use what I have, my gift, to empower people, like I said, to show them what they're truly capable of, regardless of what hand life has dealt them with. The majority of people are handicapped by what their mind says, and I want to show them that the biggest superpower you can have is a good mindset, and the biggest disability you can have is a bad mindset.
We wouldn't know what the wins feel like if we never lost.
I started to realize that when I started wrestling in high school. I started wrestling in high school, and I saw, people coming up and thanking me for, motivating their kids on the sideline and thanking me for just helping motivate them and get them out of their comfort zone. And so I started to realize how much of an impact I have on other people when I got into high school. So when I got into high school, I was at a very low point in my life. I was very depressed. I was having suicidal thoughts, and I realized that the only person that is going to dig me out of this hole is me. I have to do it for me. And so I was looking for a sport. I was looking for an extracurricular activity that would, instill confidence in me, make me feel better about myself. And so, I wanted to do something that was going to push me physically. I wanted something that was going to push me mentally, and so that led me to wrestling. So one of my biggest inspirations is Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, and the reason why I say that is because, at first people knew him for wrestling, and then he did football, and then he just took over every industry, and so I respect the fact that he can go into any industry and just take over. And so basically, life is all about adapting and overcoming, going into an industry and figuring out, what works for you and how you can take over. And so, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, he's my biggest inspiration. When I was in high school, no, I never thought I'd have the opportunity to meet him. And then, like I said, a couple years later, I had the opportunity to meet him in a gym in Las Vegas. And, when we met, he expressed that he knew who I was and he was a big fan of what I do. And so now to this day, we stay in contact and, we follow each other. So I'm grateful for the opportunity that I was able to meet, one of my biggest idols. I do like challenges, and the reason why I say that is my whole life, my parents have put challenges in front of me. And so they put my clothes in front of me and said, figure it out. They put my food in front of me and said, figure it out. And by them putting these challenges in front of me, it forces yourself to learn. It forces yourself to level up as a human being. And so people need to realize that challenges are gifts. Challenges is what helps you get to the next level as a person, because if you're not challenging yourself, you're going to stay complacent, you're going to stay stagnant. Although my parents always challenged me, this never changes. My physical body never changes, and going through middle school and high school, those are the most judgmental times of our lives, and so we tend to focus on what other people think of you, the pointing, the stares, the talking about you, and we tend to let that get us down. And so at that time, as a young kid, I just thought, I was super different, that people didn't like me because I was different, and that I didn't fit in anywhere. There was a point, where I'd be in the car and I'd look out and I'd see kids riding their bikes, and I'd say, why can't I ride a bike like that? Why can't I be like the normal kids? Why can't I walk down the hallway and hold a girl's hand? Like, there were so many things that, I felt like I couldn't do. And as humans, I think we tend to focus on what we don't have. We focus on the things that we're not good at and our weaknesses, which isn't empowering. I always talk about that we need to focus on our strengths. We need to focus on the things that we do have, because, focusing on the negative will never serve you.
Yeah, baby! You got it! Share this with a friend. Share the motivation. Boom.
I chose to become an athlete because I feel like at first I was uncomfortable in my body, and so I thought that the best way for me to be more comfortable in my body was to get into better shape. And so, even all of us, even you, I myself, when you get into better shape, you feel better about yourself. You feel more comfortable in your skin, and that raises your confidence. And so I wanted to do something that was going to make me feel better about myself. And so, doing the wrestling and getting in better shape not only helped me physically, but it helped me mentally. It made me feel better and more comfortable in my skin. My couple of the goals that I have is to, break into the modeling industry. And so, a couple months ago, I had the opportunity to walk the New York Fashion Week runway for the first time. So I was the first man with no legs and one arm to, walk the runway. And everything that I do, I want to bring a positive message. And so for that one, it's just having people realize that the most attractive thing you could be is different. The most attractive thing you could be is your authentic self. And so I want to show people that, being beautiful is just loving on yourself and loving on you, because the most important relationship you can have in life is the one you have within yourself. So when you're always focused on what everyone else is doing and trying to beat other people, you will never be satisfied, because there's always going to be someone that's stronger than you. There's always going to be someone that's more wealthy than you. There's always going to be someone that's more smarter than you. There's always going to be someone out there that's going to be better than you. And so you'll be chasing, it's like chasing a race that never ends. And so we need to focus on only ourselves and progressing in ourselves. So getting better as a human being. So like each and every day, as long as you are getting better, as long as you are becoming a better person within yourself, that's winning. And so rather than you focusing on what everyone else is doing, just focus every day on becoming a better version of yourself. My advice is to try new things. You will never know unless you try something. And so try a bunch of things and see what you love to do. Because once we do more things that we love to do, that's fulfilling. If you're doing something that you're unhappy with, you'll never be fulfilled. And so try new things, try working out, try writing, try whatever it may be, try be a musician. Whatever makes you feel good inside, do that. Because that's the most important thing, is when you are doing something that you enjoy it and you love it. When I was in middle school and high school, something that, I wanted was a girlfriend, right? I wanted to feel loved on, and, not many girls loved on me because I was different. I thought people didn't like me because of, the way I was, but I've realized that if a girl doesn't like me for what I am, then that's not the type of girl I want to be around anyway. And so, I've had girlfriends in the past, but right now I'm focused on changing the world. I'm focused on empowering the youth, empowering the kids, empowering the parents. And so right now I'm just focused on that rather than finding my true love.
Pretend to smile and wave goodbye
So we plan on coming back to China multiple times every year, and also going into all of Asia. And so we plan on just going all around the world, inspiring and empowering as many people we can, because like I said, I may not have legs, but I'm here to make a massive footprint in the world before I leave.
Some guy says it.
So this is my first time in China. Oh man, China's amazing. Like I said, I've been all over the world. I've been to Canada, Mexico, Europe, you name it, but I've never felt as much love as I do when I'm here in China. I mean, the hospitality is absolutely unbelievable, and I'm just super grateful for the opportunity to come to China. There's a lot of food. What impressed me most is you guys eat a lot. There's a lot of food here, and so I love food. I love spicy food. I love noodles. I love rice is one of my favorite foods. I'm a foodie. I love food. And so, I'm overwhelmed by the hospitality, and I'm overwhelmed by the amount of love that, China has shown me over the past couple days. My advice to the Chinese youngsters would be that they need to realize that the mind and the body are connected. We're one. It's a temple. And so we need to, if we're going to take care of our mind, if we're going to do hours of studying, with writing or whatever it may be, we also need to take care of our bodies as well. And so, you only have one body. You only have one life. And so we need to take care of the physical aspects as well. And so I would suggest that they get in the gym, they do something physical, they do something that makes them feel alive. Because, in those low times when we're feeling sad, you got to get your body moving. You got to go do something. You got to go to the gym. You got to go run around. You need to take care of both aspects. And I think a lot of people only focus on the mental part, but it's very important to focus on both parts.